This is my Xbox 360. It's here.
The family includes a wireless controller that finally untethers the gamer from the console. Even with batteries, it'll be light.
3 red lights.
The red rings of doom signal that your Xbox 360 is fried. Microsoft hasn't specified the cause, but users say the console's cooling system just can't take the heat of a lot of play.
The red rings are the hottest thing on some Xboxes, literally a sign the console may have cooked itself. A few months ago, Microsoft set aside $1 billion to replace 360s as droves of them started dying.
Boxes, and now this new lawsuit seeking class action status, exactly what Microsoft doesn't
Your
need.
new
as it tries to
Xbox
compete.
360. Completely redesigned for the future of entertainment.
The Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 is known as a genre-defining console. The Xbox 360 showed how it connects players, what players can expect from Xbox, and how an entire generation was changed by one decision and one hardware decision. The Xbox 360 is best known for the Xbox Live, the Red Ring of Death, and the design of the console, and how the design of a console can actually hurt your sales, and the price of the console, how it can help sales. So in this retrospective, we're going to go over the history behind the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 started off with, like every other console, a prototype. You see, the Xbox 360 had a pretty interesting looking prototype. It's not like how the Xbox original looked like, with a giant X on it, and a very sort of intriguing design. The Xbox 360's prototype or dev kit looked very slim. It looked like a modern day PS3, but at that time we didn't really know what the PS3 looked like, nor did PlayStation ever show the PlayStation 3's design factor. The Xbox 360 looks like a very slimmer version. There isn't any fans noticeable on the dev kit for the 360, nor is there any top like how the Xbox 360 when it released had it. It didn't have that long cone shape, and it looked more like another console like the Wii. The 360 had a lot of designs with it. A lot of the 360 designs were gonna include the X for Xbox and different type of ideas for cooling and how it can make the hardware run, including how they would put the online chip inside of it and how that would all fit within one singular console. They had a lot of meetings and a lot of inventions and showed off the console to developers and the heads of Xbox and Microsoft. And Microsoft had a very tough decision of when releasing the Xbox 360 and what it was going to be like and how they were going to show it off to people. The 360 controller itself stayed very similar to what we see today. Very little changes with the 360 controller happened with the prototype. It was a normal fitted controller used for playing video games, and a comfortable controller at least. And the controller itself wasn't too branded like how the PlayStation 3 prototype controller was an entire boomerang, which was very interesting to see. The 360 itself, nothing changed with it. It had a more slimmer and didn't have that giant top as you can see on the picture above. The top itself was probably just a test on the heating and how it can go against games that require more power. So there wasn't anything too crazy or too different with it. Up next, we're going to talk about the launch, the first showing of the Xbox 360, E3 2005. This is, Microsoft's 2005. They showed off the Xbox 360 for the first time, showing off the controller, headphones, remote control, and the headset that would come with the 360. They also showed off what would be genre-defying online play, which was known as Xbox Live. Now, Xbox Live was very important for Xbox to push towards the consumer, showing how you can play all over the world, create avatars like how you can do in the Nintendo Wii, and just show off the excitement and what to look forward to. Multiple games that used online features such as Call of Duty, Gears of War, Halo could have a whole new interactive experience playing online. Instead of having local co-op, you could play with people around the world, such as, in example, if you're in America, you could play with people that are in the UK, or you could play people that are on the opposite side of the world when it comes to online play. These communities and this interesting factor would be very, very surprising to people, and the best part is that it would be free. It would come with your Xbox 360, so you wouldn't have to really pay, unlike what we have today, where you would have to pay either $50 monthly membership or $100 a year membership for online. The 360 was very genre defying in that point, where you would have people constantly get banned or see how long they could stay on the console without getting banned and do speed runs of it. You could also message people on the Xbox Live service, and you could do a voice chat to them instead of typing out your message, which would be a fun and interesting things later down the line, where people would troll each other and have a lot of interesting conversations during that. After showing off Xbox Live, Microsoft showed off what games are coming to the Xbox. A little rundown would be, we would see a lot of sports games, a lot of action-adventure games. We would also see what they had upcoming, which would be Ghost Recon. We would see a newer game that people were very looking forward to, which would be Call of Duty, the newest Call of Duty at that time. This game really did show off how much online play and how much of a first-person perspective and how first-person shooters changed the entire generation at that point, where you would have online play and a first-person shooter, which would be Call of Duty, become a lot more popular. Another game they showed off would be made by none other than Epic Games in collaboration with Microsoft, which would be Gears of War. What we know from Epic Games today is they make Fortnite and a bunch of other games, and they have their own storefront. At this time, Epic Games made Gears of War. They also used the Unreal Engine, which was very different at the time. Another game they showed off was Oblivion, where Bethesda would show off, and a massive open world game for a new console like the Xbox 360 would make people very interested and have second thoughts on picking up a Sony console. And at that time, Sony itself announced the PlayStation 3 at a very high price point, which was at almost $400. If you want to know more about that, I made a retrospective of the PS3. But back to the Xbox 360. The 360 itself was at the time very cheap. It was at $399, $100 cheaper. During the Xbox showcase, Microsoft went after Sony. So during Sony's press conference, they had the bright idea to have the console announced at a lower price point. This made the Xbox 360, when it launched, significantly and more affordable for people. But what happened during the launch day? What caused the Xbox 360 to go sales-wise down and almost cause a lawsuit, in the point that the Xbox 360 was a malfunctioning console with all the great games and all the online features? We will talk about upcoming in the next part. We will talk about the Red Ring of Death and launch day of the Xbox 360.